Hi guys, it's CJ from CJ's Keto Kitchen. It's a Wednesday, and that means it's time for another episode of Keto Conversations. And so, what I wanted to do to start out is kind of give people an update of all the things we've talked about in the last two episodes. So we talked about the limiting um, artificial sweeteners, especially foods that contain maltitol, sorbitol, and xylitol. And that's been actually a pretty simple thing to do. I haven't had any sugar-free candy, although I did find a bag in my pantry, and I set it out on the table, and it was like calling my name. It was like CJ, CJ. But anyway, I threw it away, and we moved on from that. So that's been a pretty easy thing. I think Sarah's doing okay. We actually haven't talked about it that much. Let's see, the exercise and doing the planks. I'm not gonna lie, this has been a terrible week as far as exercise and doing the planks. I've been kind of ripping and running all over the place. We've actually been trying to increase the number of videos that we upload, which of course means I've got to shoot more videos and different types of videos. And of course, there's only so much time in the day, and I do have to sleep at some point. So anyway, life is life. We all have to deal with life, and sometimes sometimes things get in the way of routines and exercise. I think to be effective has to turn into a routine. But anyway, it's still early here in the Pacific Northwest as I record this video, and so I still have time today to get a workout in, and I can also do some planks. And by the way, I'm off today. I'm off for the next 3 days, so that's pretty cool to be off and to spend some time with my daughter. So anyway, let's see what else. Weight loss. I actually got on the scale over the weekend, and I had lost 4 pounds, and that was pretty exciting to actually get on the scale, to see the scale change, and to go down 4 pounds. Because I've been kind of in the last probably more 4 to 5 months, I've kind of been in this stall where I've just been going, this cycle of, one number to another number and going back up and back down, not really gaining, but kind of just stuck. And that's, that can be really frustrating. Luckily, I've done keto, and I'm committed enough to keto and to my health that did not deter me to be stuck like that. So that's where that is. So it was cool to see that I lost some weight. I'm not sure, what to attribute that to, but you know what? Who cares? I don't know. I just know that it happened. I'm going to continue to do the things that we've been doing, and hopefully that weight loss will continue. I guess I should talk about some new things. So Sarah and I have been, we've decided that we're going to incorporate intermittent fasting into our lifestyle. And I'll give you a little bit of background as far as what we've done as far as fasting. We've done fasting. We've actually done some extended day fasting. We've fasted up to 3 days before. And, as far as for using fasting for weight loss, our results were kind of mixed. It felt like a lot of work mentally, and I say mentally because you're not really doing anything. You're not eating, and so but you're dealing with the mental aspect of not eating, and your body sending the hunger signals. You're dealing with those things, and so one of the big things I've found about when I fast is there's a mental component to it, and just dealing with that as your body adjusts to not taking in food on a regular basis. So we've decided to do that. We watch a lot of videos by Dr. Berg. I will post some links in the description. We also read a lot of stuff by Jason Fung, who is a really big proponent for fasting. And so we decided, okay, we're going to try to take all the things that we've read and all things we've learned and try to incorporate them in our life every day. So the easiest way for us that we figured that we're going to do it is we're going to try intermittent fasting on a regular basis. So pretty much every day we're going to intermittent fast on a regular day. And if you don't know what intermittent fasting is about, again, I can post some links in the description. But in a nutshell, what you're doing is you give yourself a window where you don't eat. And one of the easiest ways to explain it is that, at night when you eat, let's say you eat dinner at 7 o'clock and you stop eating. So from the time you stop eating at 7 until, say, 7 in the morning, that's 12 hours. Let's say you don't eat until 11 a.m. the next day. So you've already pushed your fasting window out another, you're up to 15 hours if I do the math correct. If you go to 12 o'clock, you're a 16-hour fasting window. And so that's what we're trying to do, is incorporate that technique into our weight loss strategy. And now Sarah has said that she's only going to do one meal a day. And that, to me, that's like, okay, I don't know if I can do that. But I know I can do 2 meals a day. And I also know that I can eat within a certain window of eating. So sort of what they call a feeding window. So if my fast goes until, let's say I fast until 1 o'clock, then my feeding window would be from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then I would stop and start the cycle all over again. And one of the benefits behind that, by doing that, is if you're not eating, your insulin levels, your blood sugar, all that's staying stable, and you're not that's not being affected because you're not intaking any food. So anyway, we're gonna do that. We've started already. I've done it for a week. Sometimes my window's been 15 hours. Some days it's been 17 hours. It kind of depends on the day and what's kind of going on in my life. I'm down to 2 meals. And one of the things I kind of realized about, I guess, this week as I looked at, thinking about this and as we were starting this, I eat a lot of times out of habit. I have been trying to lose weight or fighting, weight loss or weight battle for years. And so I've done, I've really bought into, in the past, I bought into the whole 6 meals a day thing to keep your metabolism up and all of that. And that is kind of just ingrained into my psyche, that you eat multiple times a day to keep your metabolism up, and that's an effective way to continue to burn weight. To burn fat and calories, because you're keeping your metabolism up. You know what? That works to a certain extent, depending on what you're eating, and if you're also incorporating, say, weightlifting, and some high intensity training, that can actually work. I cannot sit here and say that doesn't work, because I've seen it work. It's worked for me. However, what I have realized is that a lot of times I'm eating because it's a certain time of day. I feel like I should eat breakfast in the morning. Lunchtime, I should eat something. And then what I find is I snack throughout the day. And so, eating, if you think about what you're doing and you think about the process, I bet a lot of times I know I do this. I eat a lot of times and I'm not even hungry. I'm eating because I'm supposed to eat, or I'm bored, or I need something to do, or I need a crunch, or I'm just doing something. So, anyway, that's something that we've started. We've started the intermittent fasting. I'll keep you posted on that. Like I said, we've done this before. We've experimented with, you know, like I said, we've gone up to 3 days without eating anything. And so for us to go, 15, 18 hours, um, it's, I'm not going to say it's not a big deal, but it's not as hard as if you've never done it before. We've worked up to the point where we are. And, there's a lot of people who use intermittent fasting. There's articles about Hollywood stars who use intermittent fasting and get in shape. I know Hugh Jackman. I heard an interview from him years ago where he talked about how he used intermittent fasting to get in shape for the Wolverine movies, or character that he plays in the X-Men movies. And so that's been a technique that's been around for a long time. It's not necessarily just associated with keto, but a lot of people do. When you say keto, a lot of people think intermittent fasting, that's, in the same breath. So we've decided to do that. We've already started, and we'll let you know how that goes. So anyway, I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about is, this is the holiday season. This is the holiday season. There's food around us everywhere. I mean, my office just had, a big adopt a family gift wrapping thing, and there was pizza and there was all kinds of sweets and foods. And, I popped in, did my thing, and then left. That was my strategy for dealing with all of that food. But I know a lot of people, eating around family is a social thing, and there's this social pressure to do it. I'm kind of a radical person anyway, so when I go on vacation and I'm around my family, I just come, before I get to where I'm going, I come in with a bag of groceries. And it's the food that I'm going to eat. But I know everybody won't do that. So that's just a strategy that I use, because I kind of look at the holidays like this. They are for a specific period of time, and that time is going to come and it's going to go. And how you deal with that period of time, it can affect you, even have longer term ramifications. A lot of times people who are doing keto or low carb, you jump off the wagon to partake with your family and your friends, and that's cool if that's what you feel like you have to do. My concern that I have for people is a lot of times it's hard for people to get back on the wagon, get back on the keto wagon, or get back on the low carb wagon. Sarah and I have cheated one time, and it was on purpose. It was a thoughtful, purposeful thing that we did. And you know what? We did it. We enjoyed it. And then the next day we were right back on it. But, we've also got each other to support each other. A lot of people don't have that. And that's another reason that we kind of started building this channel, is to give you a place where you can get some support if you're struggling with keto, or have questions, or just need to talk about some crap that comes along with keto that you don't understand. Because I'm not gonna lie, there's some things that they irritate me about being on keto. Like, one of the things is that a lot of times it's hard to find just like quick stuff, like for breakfast. Now I can have eggs and bacon, and I can have those things. But sometimes if I want to do a pancake, there's no mix that I can get from the store that I know of yet, that I can just go and it meets the macro nutrients that I need. So I have to make something. And then, sometimes you get lazy. You don't feel like doing all that. So anyway, but that's what CJ's Keto Kitchen is all about. It's not just about recipes. It's not just about, sharing recipes. But again, we're trying to build a community of people who can help each other have success on keto or low carb and reach your goals, whether it be weight loss, whether it be reversing diabetes, whatever your motivation is. We want to be here to support you and to help you. So I'm going to close out for today by saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thanks for watching CJ's Keto Kitchen. We're going to keep going strong into the new year, and we're excited about the changes that are going to come in our lives and also the changes that are going to come in your life. Thanks for watching. Peace.